The Grand Lavanier Hotel was a place where silence lived in the walls. The kind of silence that was not empty, but filled with secrets. Secrets whispered by the wealthy guests who moved like shadows through the marble corridors. Among the polished chandeliers, the golden staircases, and the velvet carpets, there worked people no one noticed. Maids, bellboys, cleaners, and waiters who blended into the background, making sure the glitter of wealth stayed untarnished. One of them was Amara Johnson, a young black maid in her late 20s. She wore the crisp blue uniform of the hotel with its neat white trimmings, and her hands were always in yellow cleaning gloves. Most guests never even looked at her face. To them, she was just the maid. But Amara carried within her a world far bigger than the hotel. She had grown up in Suriname, a small South American country with Dutch colonial roots. Dutch was one of the first languages she learned. Later, when she moved to the United States, English became her daily tongue, but Dutch never left her. It was the language of her childhood, her home, her grandmother's lullabies. That morning, she was cleaning Suite 805, one of the penthouse suites. It belonged to a man whose name everyone in the hotel knew, but whose face they rarely saw. Alexander Van Doren. Alexander was a millionaire businessman, tall, sharp, and intimidating. He had European roots, but his empire was global: hotels, shipping, real estate. People whispered that he never smiled, never wasted time on anyone beneath him. The staff walked on eggshells when he was around. Amara had just finished dusting the lamp when her phone buzzed in her pocket. Against hotel rules, she answered quickly, pressing it to her ear. "Hello, Mama," she whispered, switching instantly to Dutch. Her mother's voice came across the line, tired but warm. "Amara, mijn meisje, hoe gaat het met je? Ik heb je gemist." Amara's heart softened. She replied rapidly in Dutch, her words flowing like a hidden river suddenly unleashed. "Mama, ik ben op mijn werk, maar ik kan even praten. Hoe gaat het met oma?" What Amara didn't notice was that the suite door had quietly opened, and standing there, listening with razor-sharp focus, was Alexander Van Doren himself. He froze. Dutch. She was speaking flawless Dutch. It wasn't just a few words. Her accent, her tone, her rhythm, it was native, real. For Alexander, who grew up in Amsterdam before moving his empire abroad, Dutch was not just a language. It was identity, memory, blood. And here, in his own suite, a hotel maid was speaking it like a native. He didn't interrupt. He just listened, curiosity rising in his chest like a fire. Amara laughed softly into the phone, unaware she was being observed. "Ja, ik kom binnenkort langs, mama. Geef oma een kus van mij." She hung up and sighed. Then she turned and nearly dropped the phone when she saw him. The millionaire, standing only a few feet away, eyes fixed on her, expression unreadable. Her heart slammed against her ribs. "Mr. Van Doren, I didn't mean to..." But instead of anger, his voice was calm, deep, steady. "Mevrouw, waar heb jij dat geleerd?" he said in Dutch, his accent rich and precise. Amara froze, her breath caught in her throat. The millionaire had just spoken to her in Dutch.